Welcome everybody to a look at a brand new 4K 75th anniversary collector's edition release of 1950s Sunset Boulevard. So this is directed by Billy Wilder, who I've seen at least 10 other films from. Five favourites outside of this, well, four favourites outside of this one would be The Apartment, Double Indemnity, Lost Weekend, and Witness for the Prosecution. And this, joins those other four to make my top five of Wilder's films. So this is a drama by way of a film noir. With some slight elements of comedy, or dark comedy at that. And yeah, this clocks in at 110 minutes long. Stars the likes of Gloria Swanson, who unfortunately I've not seen anything else from before, certainly not as a leading star. She had a cameo role in the film Airport in 1975, but yeah, outside of that, I've not seen anything else from her before, and that's because largely most of her career was as a silent film star. Um, I think nearly 20 of her films though from that part of her career have lost. So yeah, even though there are a great deal of films from that part of her career to watch, I'm just not a massive fan of silent film as a format. So that's why I've just not gotten around to seeing anything from her before. But we do also have the likes of William Holden, who was in The Towering Inferno, The Wild Bunch, and Sabrina, another Wilder film, as well as Eric von Stroheim, who was also a silent film director. I think he actually directed Gloria Swanson in some films. But he was also an actor in numerous films, and the only one I've seen him from has been Five Graves to Cairo, another Billy Wilder film. So Norma Desmond, an aging silent screen actor, gets a second shot at fame when a screenwriter agrees to write a script for her. However, their partnership soon takes a dangerous turn. So this was my second Wilder effort that I had seen after originally first watching Witness for the Prosecution, and because I was so highly impressed with that film, I went on to this one. And upon this second rewatch, this impressed me just as much as before. It's been 5 years since I first saw this film, and yeah, still an outstanding effort. And this is thanks to the cast being great, especially Gloria Swanson, whose character feels a little bit like a precursor to the likes of Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. But obviously that came out more than a decade after this. So yeah, it does feel like a precursor to those kind of films in the 60s, which were unfortunately named the kind of like mad hag kind of films, which I don't agree with using as a term, but that's how those kind of films were labeled. The pacing is mostly on point. The cinematography is superb. The plot and script are solid, in particular with the character interactions, coupled with its thematic depth. So it's dealing with the likes of aging and how women in particular, even though Gloria Swanson's character is only 50, she was 51 herself in this when she made this film. That is obviously considered far too old, even especially back in 1950. So, yeah, it deals with the likes of aging as well as the cutthroat business of movie making and such and such. So, yeah, really good amount of thematic depth to it. The score is good and it is engrossing throughout. So, yeah, a really, really good film. 4.5 out of 5 from me. And yeah, like I said, top 5 Billy Wilder from what I've seen so far of him. So we've got a really nice hard box here, which thankfully does not have any of the nonsense copyright on it or anything like that. Then we have the discs themselves, as well as the case. So there's no reversible sleeve artwork on this, no. We just have the original. So we have the feature film on 4K, and then we have the film on Blu-ray, as well as all of the extras on top of that. But we also have a whole ton of physical extras as well. So yeah, we have a Sunset Boulevard behind the scenes photo book. So yeah, basically as it says, really. So it's a really interesting look at behind the scenes. Would be nice to obviously have some like kind of credits behind on the bottom saying who's who, but obviously that is Gloria Swanson there. So yeah, and then yeah, some more behind the scenes shots. Despite the film being really rather quite dark and also quite sad in a lot of ways, does look like they had a lot of fun doing it. And yeah, that's the kind of camera setups that were going on in 1950, which obviously you can see are highly complex and far more so than today's. And yeah, more behind the scenes shots. So yeah, it does look like it was a reasonably happy shoot, but obviously I can't say that for certain. It is at the end of the day. A picture doesn't always say 1,000 words. So yeah, a whole load of photos there. I mean, there's a backstage photo, which again just shows all of the complex elements that has to go into making a film of this type, especially from 75 years ago. Then we also have a whole host of art cards and posters and stuff that are handily held in this little sleeve thing, which this script title is what is part of the film. Because our screenwriter ends up trying to write a film that isn't including Gloria Swanson's character with someone else, and she does not take kindly to that. So yeah, we have a couple of mementos that are from the film, so if you've seen the film, you will know what they are referencing. So that, by the way, says Mad About the Boy, Norma. Then we have some Sunset Boulevard street sign, which is really cute. Then we have a bunch of press photos, or lobby cards, or whatever you want to call them. Now, these don't have anything on the back. That's no problem. Then we also have director Billy Wilder with that right up on the back. So this is basically just talking about Billy Wilder's previous films, as well as the kind of history of the film. So apparently Montgomery Clift was originally supposed to be signed on for the role as Joe Gillis, played by William Holden, and then yeah, we also have talks about the people that are in the film. So we also have roles from Cecil B. DeMille, who plays himself in the film, who was a director that Gloria Swanson worked with extensively in the 20s. So yeah, also talks about the 11 Academy Award nominations it had for 1950, including Best Picture of the Year. And yeah, also talks about it being put in the US Library of Congress for preservation and such and such. So yeah, really rather a nice little write up there about the history of the film. Then we have a bunch of art cards from the film itself with some quotes from the film as well on the back. So there's the first picture. Then we have the quote on the back, which says, this floor used to be wood, but I had it changed. Valentino said there is nothing like tile for a tango. Especially if you want to make any noise, I guess. Another back of this one. We have, I'll show them. I'll be up there again, so help me. So yeah, it also obviously, thematically speaking, also deals with the likes of obsession and yeah, the fame and trying to recapture the glory days and such, which in Hollywood, I guarantee is a hard thing to do, especially if you've been out the limelight for a while. On the back of this one, I've got 3 cheers for Betty Schaefer. I will now kiss that nose of yours. So yeah, Gloria Swanson, I don't believe, was in a film for 9 years before this film came out. So she obviously was out of the limelight herself for quite some time. So yeah, if anyone can be the perfect role for this, it was her. So yeah, great stars, have great pride. Go away, go to that girl of yours. Second to last. So yeah, there we have. Good luck to you, Betty. You can finish that script on the way to Arizona. I was specifically looking out for these quotes when watching the film because I looked at these before starting it again. And then on the back, all right, Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close-up. So that's during the really rather quite heartbreaking final few shots. And then we have a couple of posters as well, single-sided. So we don't have to choose between which poster we want to put up. We can put up both at the same time without coming down to that hard choice between the two. So yeah, original poster there. Decently thick paper as well, which is always nice to see. And then this one I really like. I'm a fan of the original poster artwork, be no doubt about that. But I really rather like this kind of version, which is a really rather like artistic impression of the kind of film itself. So yeah, I really like that. That's the kind of thing I'd imagine could be like a painting or something, to be honest. So yeah, I really like that one. And then on the disc itself, as in the Blu-ray one, because it's only the feature film on the 4K disc. So on the Blu-ray, we have Sunset Boulevard, the beginning, Sunset Boulevard, I Look Back, the noir side of Sunset Boulevard, because it is shot kind of like a noir in a lot of ways. Then we have Sunset Boulevard Becomes a Classic, Two Sides of Miss Swanson, the city of Sunset Boulevard. Then we have a deleted scene, The Paramount Don't Want Me Blues, and galleries and several other extras as well that aren't listed here. But overall, there's more than 2.5 hours of special features, so which is longer than the film itself. So yeah, overall, a really fantastic release. This one. It's not a boutique label release. This is Paramount Home Entertainment themselves putting this one out. But the 4K looks and sounds really rather great. Whether or not there's any more room for improvement there, I don't know. Whether or not a boutique label will be able to bring out their own version of this, I'm not sure. But still, fantastic film. And yeah, really nice physical extras. I'm sure the extras on the disc are wonderful as well. And yeah, the 4K in terms of sound and you know visual quality is all very good as well. It doesn't actually say if anything has been done to it in terms of restoration, but considering how good it looks, pretty good. It does have says Ultra HD Premium HD 4K Ultra HD. Yeah, how do you go? So yeah, I'm sure there's someone out there who knows what work has been done to this, if any. But I still think it looks and sounds really rather good, to be honest. And yeah, especially for a 75-year-old film. So yeah, like I said, one of my favourites from Wilder, and one that I do highly recommend. But if you have seen it, I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. But nonetheless, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.